Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. 2015 Honda powered Troy-Bilt TB130. We had looked at this, covered in oil. Really good looking machine. We got it to fire off with a little carb cleaner, the 2+2. Spitting oil out of the exhaust like crazy. The air filter was saturated with oil. So I went ahead and degreased it with my awesome orange cleaner. This was a $25 machine. So what I want to do is drain the fuel in the bowl, look at that, maybe take the plug out, blast some air through to get rid of the excess oil that's in this thing. There's still a little bit of fuel in it, which I put in to try to start it. So let me jack this thing up. I'm going to put a container under the bowl and see what that looks like. Allegiant's making a lot of noise. Those guys have been working without a contract. The pilots, they're Teamsters. Company just doesn't want to negotiate. Let's put a container here. I have my Pro Value 10mm valves off. Right away I'm getting that stinky fuel smell, so maybe this thing's sat. Yeah, a little bit of gas that's on the wrench. I'm taking a whiff of that. Stinky. We looked at the plug that had very little carbon on it. This thing may have been used twice. I should ship it back to Cleveland. Troy-Bilt can put this in their showroom, MTD. Okay, is this thing done draining? You're kind of varnishy. Let me move around you. Finish taking off the bowl nut. Curious to see what the bottom of the bowl is going to look like. Okay, so my first telltale indication right here. I look at the nut covered in rust and flaky snot. So we got a rusty nut. Stinky and rusty. So this thing's going to need some carb attention. Can I get the bowl off? I can. So that's why it won't start. Jet's probably gummed up. So that's it. Yeah, it's not coming off easily, so it's on here pretty good. Let me grab a 10 pull this off with my DeWalt. Wasn't sure what I was going to find. So this might work out without a doubt. This is the auto choke system. Key and carb. Hose clamps off of the end of the hose. Let me get my needle nose. Give this thing a twist. Yeah. Stinkometer's 9.5 on this old varnishy gas. And it's showing here. Just sat around, got gummed up. Let's see if we can do a quick cleanup. Looking down at the jet, it's got a bunch of debris, bunch of crud. I'll try to make tracks. Trying to pull the float pin. Yeah, the needle's stuck. The pin's not cooperating. There we go, finally. So let me squirt some 2+2 down into the intake tube here and try to soften up the needle. Okay, that went right down in there. Okay, and it did help me out. Just a lot of buildup. Let me get the main jet. What I'll do is blast a little air here, break up some of the snot, which I just did. I'm gonna blast some 2+2 down in here. Okay, what I blasted down isn't going down the tube. It's just sitting there. So let me try to back out this main jet. Sometimes these can get really squirrely and not want to come out. Brass is soft. You end up rounding off the slot. I would recommend putting it in a ultrasonic cleaner or just keep spraying it with some carb cleaner. It's really crappy. Let me try to get the emulsion tube out. Stick a screwdriver in. I see the top of it. Push that down. Tappy, tappy. Pappy, pappy. So that came out, and it's full of green snot, probably from the ethanol fuel. So I've got to take a bread wrapper, clean up all these little holes. This thing never would have ran. Let me look through. Yeah, the jet here is plugged too. So what I'm going to do on this one is break it all down, throw it in the ultrasonic cleaner, and put it all back together, and I think we'll be in business. I didn't see any other issues with this thing. Okay, just broke it free. Whatever crusty crust was in there's poked through, so this will go in the ultrasonic cleaner as well. So let me bring you up here. I want to take the plug out and kind of blast some compressed air through the spark plug holes, see if any more engine oil comes out. Waiting for my son. We're going to go to Charlie's on Ringling Boulevard. Get a Philly cheesesteak with fries and an iced tea. It's called Ringling Boulevard because John Ringling and Mabel Ringling had a mansion here on the bayfront. When they died, they gifted the museum and the mansion. There's 3 museums: a circus museum, his mansion, and then an art museum. He was a big art collector, all gifted to the state of Florida on the stipulation that 1 day a week admission would be free for the common person. So they designated Saturday, but they were losing money. Too many people coming for free on Saturday, so they moved it to Monday. Monday is free. Getting that stinky, outdated gas smell. Kind of rotating the blade. Okay, we had a little dribble right there. Oil started to get forced out. So Ringling teamed up with Barnum and Bailey. They all went under, and I think Feld Entertainment owns the rights to Ringling now. Feld has the monster trucks, I think Disney on Ice. They're also based here in Manatee County. Feld Productions, FELD. They have a big complex. Okay, so we got oil out of the cylinder. That's going to help us when we try to start this thing. It's not going to goop up the spark plug. I'm going to throw all these goodies in my ultrasonic, and I don't see any issue that's going to stop this 2015 GCV 160 from starting. So I'm going to do that. In the meantime, maybe my son will arrive. I'm really hungry for a Philly cheesesteak. You guys continue to have a nice day. Thanks for coming out. Let me know what projects you're working on. I'll probably do another project later on after my cheesesteak. I'll be so motivated, I might even do 2 repairs. You got any questions, concerns, you can email me, Tommy.time@Yahoo. Complaints, you name it, you can send it to me. Adios, amigos. Tip your waitress and waitstaff.